Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Alright, gang. I'm going to ask this question. It's the only time you're really going to hear me asking this question, even though I get asked this question every minute, of every hour, of every day, every week, every month, every year, of every decade, of every century. What kind of video card do you have? No matter what. No matter what I want to talk about. Inevitably, someone wants to talk about video cards. What kind of video card do you have? What kind of video card do you want? What kind of video card should I get? Well, these days it pretty much boils down to a few different kinds of video cards. Those that are built onto motherboards, possibly an Intel chipset. Then there's ATI. There's NVIDIA. There is Matrox, I believe, is also still around. Back when I was addicted to upgrading my video cards, I loved the Matrox series, and they kind of ended up fading into relative obscurity. Not to say that they're not around, it's just you don't hear them as much as like NVIDIA versus ATI versus Intel. And really it's then, NVIDIA versus ATI. What's the best one? I don't know. I mean, they constantly leapfrog one another. What's the best one? Well, it depends on what you want to do with that video card. I mean, is all you're doing watching screensavers? And I don't mean the television show that is no longer on the air and will never be back on the air. No, are you playing games? If so, what kind of games? OpenGL, DirectX, Solitaire. What's your operating system? Linux, Mac OS X, Windows, There is no best. There's only a best for you. So I got an email from a viewer, and he was asking a question. He said, well, I was looking to find the best PCI video card, a 64 megger, and I came into the chat room and I asked what everybody thought. And everybody, threw out a vendor. But it didn't really help him any. He didn't know what to get. I can't tell you what to get. I can tell you the options that are out there, certainly. And I can do as much as I can to help you figure out what options, are available to you. In this case, you're looking for a PCI 64 megger. They are available. And I know PCI cards are still produced for a variety of reasons. And I don't know, what kind of system you have. I don't know if you're replacing one PCI video card with another. I don't know if that's all you've got in your system. There are many reasons why you'd want to add more video cards to your system, of course, to support more monitors. If you're a gamer, you're probably well beyond, low. I'm not going to say it's a low performer, but certainly buying a PCI video card is going to be cheaper than buying a PCI Express video card. You're going to get a lot more performance in the higher end SLI. See, it doesn't matter. It's all about. They're talking about it anyway. It doesn't matter the discussion could be something about like mouses, and inevitably people say, "What's the best video card to use with my mouse?" Soda water. What is the best video card that's compatible with my soda water? Hand moisturizer. What's the best video card that works with my hand moisturizer? Geeks and video cards, man. And I've gone, I've run the gamut. I've had just about every kind of video card you could possibly have. I've liked them in certain circumstances. In circles, some people will tell you that one video card is different or better for one platform versus another, and that, for the most part, I would say is true, because it's all about the driver. That was the best thing that happened, I believe, to the whole video card segment of the industry was when the big manufacturers unified the drivers. Now, some people would argue, no, it's not as good. It was just so much easier, because you didn't have to dig for it. You just download these, and then you're off to the races. And then it got really confusing from that point forward. Now, gamers need to have a good video card. They need more power. In some cases, they need to upgrade their power supply to facilitate the adding of the more power, at least on the video card. What I'd been waiting for, and I think we're just now starting to see this happen, is 3D hardware acceleration on the desktop. It's now becoming a reality. which then suddenly justifies you paying a heck of a lot more than you likely need to pay for a video card, unless, of course, you're a gamer, in which case I better not hear you complaining about cost. Because with hardware, usually you get what you pay for. Not always. Not always. That's not always the case. You could always pay more than you need to pay for. It just seems that you never pay too little for something that's way too good. You always pay way more than something is actually worth. But the nice thing about, video cards is there's always a new one. At what time is the right time to buy? I don't know. Is it right when they announce the new video card? Not necessarily. That's where it's up to you to do the research on your scenario. Are you a person who does 3D gaming all the time? Well, then you've got to watch what kind of games is it DirectX? Is it OpenGL? Which video card is going to perform? Which drivers over time have performed better? How are they performing right now? What's the track record? What's the general feel? What can your system handle? And maybe you're just more on in the CAD environments, in which case they've got video cards that are a heck of a lot more expensive, but optimized specifically for CAD rendering. Computer-aided drafting, computer-aided design. I don't know which one it stands for, and every time I look at the acronym, it's defined differently. Or, are you like me? You like the games that, you can play through, a web browser, Flash, or, on an arcade console. The old classics. You don't need the fastest video card. And in some cases, that could actually hurt them. So there's a lot you got to keep in mind. Just know that the options are available. Even if there comes a point where PCI video cards are no longer manufactured, number one, they're still going to be cheap. Because they're going to be out there. There's just going to be out there. You can find them. You can find them used. You can find them new. Wait till they go on sale. Wait till you can get a discount. Wait till you can use a coupon. Go through your favorite vendor. Don't stick with the same one necessarily. Just go for the savings. Bottom line, they're out there. In fact, this user said he came into the chat room and asked, for opinions. Didn't really get a direction. I'm guessing there are probably people in this chat room right now, even this late at night, who likely have a video card, a PCI video card with 64 megs or more for sale. Or they would sell, or trade. Am I right? Does anybody have that in the chat room right now? I wouldn't be surprised. Because maybe they upgraded to an AGP, or maybe they got a new PCI video card with more RAM on it, or maybe they, went even further than that. Maybe they got a video card that hasn't even been invented yet. It's not likely, at least today, the time that I'm recording this video. No matter, I'm very grateful that you would ask me and turn to the community. But I'm very sad to tell you that it just all kind of depends. It depends on what you're doing. It depends on what you want to do. There is no right or wrong answer. I've certainly been impressed with the way ATI turned their business around. A while ago, their drivers were kind of iffy. Then they got good. Then they got really good. Provided a real, true competition in the marketplace. And the marketplace, in order for it to advance, needs competition. You always need competition. Because the moment that competition doesn't exist, what happens? I'm just going to throw it out to the chat room. What happens? Let's just say there was only one video card vendor on the planet. What would happen? What do you think would happen? Stagnation. Kid Nation. No, that's a show. It's not a term. No more quality. The bar would no longer be raised or moved. That's why I do my best to stay as neutral as humanly possible. It's the reason why I still live inside a world of OS X, Linux, and Windows. It's the reason why I deal with Macs and PCs. Nothing's changed. We're all geeks. Every week it's different. Something new happens. Something new is released. Watch the trends. Get to feel what your friends are saying. What games are they playing? What games do you want to play? Which ones work better, generally speaking? Because, drivers is all software, and the optimization is always changing. Look at the driver release cycles, and look at all these things. Combine them together. What's going to be the best for you? It's not going to be what's best for me. But I love talking about it. Guarantee. It just doesn't matter what we're talking about in the chat room. Someone's going to bring up the idea of a video card, or a processor, or a computer, or a vendor, or anything. But all these choices make it very interesting because we get to discover new options and new opportunities and new things. So no matter what video card you go with, I'm going to tell you to save your money because you can save money online. Buy it used. Make sure you're getting it from someone. If you do buy it used, you could buy it new, but I'm saying you can save even more money because he was a little frugal, he noted in his email. Buy it used. It may have been, pushed to the limit, or it may not have. Maybe you could buy it from someone who never used their computer at all. Maybe they never did any 3D gaming at all, never pushed that graphics card anywhere near to its fullest potential. And that would mean they never played Crysis. Dear God. Is there a machine on the planet that can play Crysis? Like, seriously. Is there? I haven't seen it. Chris, kind of. There's a game to release. Okay, we got this idea. We're going to make a game that nobody can play. And they're going to want to play it. And they're going to spend thousands of dollars on a system just to try to play it. What do you think?
I like the idea. Let's call it Crisis, because that's exactly what they'll be in when they can't scrape together the change to buy the system to play the game. I like it. Good job, Johnson. You're promoted.
It's probably what happened. I don't know. I'm making that up. Maybe that did happen. Oh, you know me. And I know you know me. And even if you don't know me, well, you know me well enough that I like talking about hardware and like giving advice when I can give advice. And I know everyone's going to have different advice, and I'm sure by now you've already left a comment saying, this company for the win, this company for the win, that company sucks, this company sucks. It's all a discussion. Try to keep it mature. Try to keep the emotion out of it. And I realize the irony of me saying keep the emotion out of something. It's okay. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. Hopefully you do have a question that I might be able to answer with a little more certainty than the video card question. Which came first? The chicken or the egg? What if they both came first? Like, literally, just like, what if? There is no answer. And there also is no spoon. But there is a chat room that is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I can pretty much guarantee that if you stop by right now, I mean, seriously, like, open up a background tab, or another browser window, or another computer, or whatever, and go to the website, okay? And you know where the website is. It's right underneath the logos here. Go there. I can almost guarantee that within an hour of the chat room and the live video feed that we're talking about technology all the time, guarantee someone will bring up the topic, whether we're on topic or not, because there is no topic in the chat room. It's just a chat room. Someone will bring up the topic of video cards. Guaranteed. There are very few things I can guarantee in life. This is one of them. Another thing I can guarantee that at least right now, we're streaming live video out. So go ahead. Take me up on my challenge. Bet you I'm right. Prove me wrong. And the only way to do it is to stop by the website right now. live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later. See, it was the whole, instead of the E later, it was the C, because video, C. I quit.